You are now watching the Queen Chioma. So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So tonight we're going to be talking about black women and their hair length. It's actually kind of annoying that I have to make a video like this because I thought that collectively black women that we've gotten to a point where we've ridden ourselves from believing that our hair can't be long, can't be healthy, can't be full, and can't be any of the things that are deemed European standards of beauty. And this is why time and time again I say that the world isn't even operating on European standards of beauty. They definitely operate with African and black standards of beauty. I think that there's an illusion to believe that people think that the European standard of beauty is what it's supposed to be and what it is, but recent times as well as history has shown over and over again many examples of non-black people stealing from black culture as well as trying to emulate features that actually occur in black people. So I came across this video on Instagram and it shows this rapper Supa who was on the show The Rap Game in his first season back in 2015. The show showcased young rappers that had social media presence at the time in a competition of different activities to prove themselves worthy of a contract by Jermaine Dupri's label So Def. So Supa was on the show and she was actually a character. She definitely stood out in her personality and I always thought she was super pretty when I watched the show, and one of the things that definitely stuck out to me was her hair. I feel like back then as a kid and someone who wasn't aware of black beauty and what we can obtain if we would stop deluding our brains and mindsets with the idea that white beauty is the best, that black women are beautiful and can reign supreme and top contenders in the conversation of beauty. Her hair was really long, very full, and she always had so many different styles throughout the competition. So her mom is actually her manager and a hairstylist, which goes to show her mom's dedication to hair paid off and how her daughter has beautiful hair as a black woman. So Supa goes on a rant basically talking about how there's always been controversy about her hair, and in this instance when she was out with her mom running errands, she encountered some fans who then had a private conversation about her hair, whether it was real or not. So she took to her Instagram to describe her disgust and her distaste for how her hair was talked about by these girls and how some people fail to believe that her hair is real, let alone how this ties into how black women's hair can never be perceived as anything but one way. There are some cuss words in this video, so I did want to let you guys know that, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it play.
Yeah, I don't mind how I look right now. I rushed out the house. You know how your mama just want to have company, but she said you don't gotta get out the car. She just wants you to ride with her, and I like a junkie. So more of the story, bitch. I'm out, right? These bitches see me. They say my hey, bitch. I say hey, but you know I'm not getting out the car because I like a junkie. Like, that's rude getting out the car like that. Like, what the fuck? My mama teach me better than that. What the hell? So, more of the story. These bitches think I can't hear them. They whispering. These bitches argue about my fucking hair. This bitch talking about something. She gonna tell her first time. I know when a bitch got micro links. That's why that bitch, every time she make video, she don't part down the middle of her hair. I know when a bitch got clip ins. That ain't her fucking hair. Bitches really arguing about my fucking hair. Like, bitches, y'all bitches serious? Like, bitch, go get a bad hoe. Like, I could have been so motherfucking paid to myself. My mama do hair. I could have been so motherfucking paid to part this bitch down the middle, right? But I feel like I ain't gotta prove no fucking cause bitch, like, what the fuck, y'all weird as shit. Like, come on, I could have been like boom, bitch. But I could have been so fucking petty, right? So fucking petty. But more of the story, like what the fuck is wrong with the world? Like, that's why I get fucking wigs. Shit like that turn me off. Like, I'm finna make you even fucking mad. I don't even want to wear the shit. That's the shit I be on. I fucking weird as shit. Like, ew.
So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like this topic has always been in the back of my head, especially as someone who enjoys doing hair, but I never really understood how to voice it, and I wanted to use her video to kind of speak for itself. So I've broken this video down into two main talking points, so let's get right into this video. So point number one is questioning why don't people believe black women can have beautiful hair. Now I know a lot of people find it very self-depreciating, self-hating, and wrong for black women to wear weaves, but like I said in a lot of my videos, people are not mad that black women, or any woman at that, wear weaves. People are mad that black women don't wear naturally textured hair as a weave, which I personally feel doesn't have any bearing on black women standing to appear black. I feel that whether it's a straight wig or a curly wig or an afro kinky wig, I still look black regardless of what style I put on. I personally don't see how wearing a certain texture of wig as a black woman makes you appear less black, because you wouldn't doubt my race regardless of what wig I had on my head. But some people feel that black women should only wear their hair in a natural texture at all times and shouldn't be able to explore with their versatility through texture and color. If you you ask me, if you're still relaxing your hair, that is more self-hating to me than wearing a wig. And I don't think relaxing your hair is so much self-hating at all, but in comparison to how people view wearing a wig versus that, I feel like if you're still trying to chemically alter your hair to appear straight all the time, and people correlating straight hair to whiteness, which isn't necessarily true, then that's more of a detriment to the natural look of a black woman than me wearing a curly wig that is not exactly my natural curl texture, but closer to it than it is straight hair. But that's just my opinion. People also believe that black women are the only women that wear extensions, which is so far from true. White women wear hair extensions just as much as black women do, whether you believe it or not. It's because they get their hair extensions that are closer to their natural texture or color that they don't receive as much flack for wearing hair extensions. I say this to say, people often question whether black women can have long hair because we protect our hair with extensions or enhancements so often. This doesn't just include wigs or weaves, but braids, twists, microlinks, tape-ins, clip-ins, ponytail pieces, and more. Even though someone's going to doubt me in the comments, I wholeheartedly believe that protecting your hair with wigs and weaves does not do any detriment to your hair if maintained and applied correctly. I promise you, chemically altering your hair does more damage than putting any form of extensions. The reason why I don't believe black women should be relaxing their hair is because the natural pH of hair sits between a pH level of 4 and 6. The relaxer has a pH level of like 14. So believe me when I say we probably shouldn't be relaxing our hair for that reason, but people are free to do whatever they want. In my experience, black women obviously have more textured hair, which means shrinkage, different curl patterns throughout our heads sometimes, and there's definitely a lot more TLC required to take care of it. And not every woman wants to dedicate time on a daily basis to do that. Hence why the simplicity of wigs is used to create an easier method for maintaining one's head. But it's like when you tell someone that you wear wigs and weaves to protect your hair, they always ask, well, protect from what? And when I tell them a lot of things such as manipulation, drying out your hair, breakage, using it to regrow your hair that may have been cut or damaged, there are so many benefits to it, but some people will still call you a self-hater and call you lazy. Meanwhile, a lot of women who do use wigs and weaves as protective methods often have long hair or just healthy hair in general. I don't think the length of hair determines its beauty or its health whatsoever. The goal should always be healthy hair regardless of what you do to it. Because of this perceived illusion that black women have short, ugly, undesired textured hair, oftentimes people question when they see a black woman with long natural hair. People then ask questions about their race and what they may be mixed with, or they just question how real their hair is. And I find this to be a detriment because for whatever reason, we as black women are still in disbelief that we can't be seen as beautiful or have certain qualities within our appearance that match up to what is deemed beautiful. I think this notion of many black women down talking hair is the reason why we never really believe our hair is beautiful or has the ability to be long or healthy. If it's astonishing to you that a black woman can have long, beautiful hair, then you need to take your head out of the clouds and start looking at yourself as beautiful and a top contender of beauty as a black woman. And that goes for non-black people too. I don't know why people look at black women and think that obtaining long hair is out of reach. Most black hair is textured, and you usually never see the length until it's pressed out or flat ironed into a certain style. Shrinkage literally makes our hair look 50% or more shorter than what it is. There's so many examples of black women that are in the media or that we see on social platforms that have natural, long, thick, full black hair. And some people may say, well, if black women stopped wearing wigs and weaves, we would believe that your natural hair can be a certain way. But I don't think that's fair to say when no other race of woman who wears extensions has to be faced with that same level of questionability. Why question someone's hair even when it looks good and even when it looks natural, whether it is or not? I understand it naturally happens because sometimes we come across people who have this beautiful hair and we're mesmerized by it, which is human to do. But no other race of woman has to be questioned about their hair, whether it's natural hair or weaves, wigs, extensions. Black women having long hair should not be a foreign concept. Now, point number 2 is the whole back and forth between length and health. Like I said earlier, the only concern for anyone's hair should be about its health, never about its length. I'd rather have shorter length hair that is healthy, doesn't break, doesn't shed, and has good volume than have long hair that is breaking, split ends, and all of that. Health should always be the number one priority in all hair care. If your hairstylist is not putting hair care first, he or she should not be touching your hair, let alone their own head. As Super Peach said, her mother is a hairstylist, and I'm sure she's made hair care a priority when taking care of her daughter's hair and growing it, and it shows because she has long, healthy, beautiful hair. And Super Peach wears wigs and weaves as well in between having her natural hair out. She even said in the video that she wears wigs and weaves, and if you look at her social media, you can see that. I think once you find a good balance in your hair care routine, as long as your natural hair is healthy and you like it, that's all that matters. I don't like when people down talk their own hair because I feel like you have to learn to accept what you have, and then you you can embrace it and work with what you have, or then that's when you can add the extensions. It took me some time through elementary, middle school, and high school to learn about my hair and learn to like it. And although I may not show it on YouTube all the time, I don't hate my hair and I never will at this point. I actually don't like my natural hair when it's straight or pressed. I like it in a nice afro puff bun, and sometimes I try a low ponytail or twist styles. In the meantime, I do get sponsorships to wear wigs and weaves, and being able to change my hair so often and having attention to my natural hair in between has definitely paid off. Wearing wigs and weaves does not mean that you hate yourself, and in most cases it doesn't make your hair unhealthy, but also wearing your natural hair and taking care of it is a key component to having beautiful hair. You can use wigs and weaves to protect your hair all you want, but when you're not attending to your natural hair, all that money and time and effort that you're using with the wigs and weaves is actually going to waste. I think black women should be allowed to be versatile. I like the fact that I've walked into an office with a wig on for a week, and the next week I'm in there with a natural fro, and people are like, wow, how did you do that? The astonishment on, let's be real, white people's faces when you show them that you can do both is actually self-rewarding to me as a black girl. Just remember, you don't owe anybody shit, okay? I understand Super Peach and her frustration because I'm sure her hair was questioned all her life, because there's always been that one black girl with really long hair who people would talk about, but at the end of the day, when it comes to your own crown on your head, as long as you're protecting your hair to stay healthy and maintaining it, no one should feel that deeply invested to determine what a black woman's hair should look like. And I did want to add that I hate that there are black women who demonize other women for wearing wigs and weaves, mostly because I feel like there's this overcompensating effort to show blackness in every industry. I feel like it's necessary, but it kind of overcompensates when people think that black women have to only look one way in every industry. It's great to be the naturalista with the big afro and the Afrocentric aura, but remember, there's still black women who love their blackness, who wear wigs and weaves and give off a different look as still a black woman. We don't all have to look the same every time, and there's not just one way, and it's definitely not being natural all the time. Let's just be real. There are some black women who will still never touch a weave or a wig, who just prefer their natural hair, and that's fine, and that black woman should be represented. But there are black women who like the extensions and the different textures or colors, which doesn't erase their blackness and should not make you question if they're black just off of first glance, and they should be represented as well. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. What are your thoughts on my commentary, and what are your thoughts on Super Peach and her rant? Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.